Welcome back. I'm Gazbot. Well, there have been two parts before this, the Zero episode and episode 1, this is part 2. You can check those out, but you don't have to because it's not like it's a story. I'm just opening boxes of toys. Although some of them are missing pieces and things like that that I might find later, so that, you know, get the conclusion. He found the piece. To sum up, for those that haven't watched the others, a friend of mine who I'm codenaming Golda Bear, in case he doesn't know what his name said, went to his mother's house in New Jersey. I live in California, he now lives in New York, and was getting rid of stuff, and essentially sent me 10 boxes of toys, mostly from the 80s, maybe a little into the 90s, and said, keep whatever you want, give it to your friends, sell it, whatever, you know. So it's amazing. I'm opening these boxes, having a vague idea what might be in them based on some pictures he sent me, but I didn't know what he kept, what he sent me, and this was also a month or so ago when he actually sent those pictures. So I'm going on this journey, and I just decided to take you with me. Now, I'm wearing a little lavalier mic, which should make it easier to hear me, but it actually has batteries, and I realized if the batteries die, I was thinking if the plug comes out, well, the sound won't be as good, but I'm right here. But if the batteries die, but the plug stays in, there might be no sound. So hopefully you can hear me. So let's, okay, so I feel like this is gonna be a He-Man heavy box. Look at this black bubble wrap. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay, so this is a He-Man heavy box based on this fantastic bag of accessories. And these all look in really nice shape. Now I'm a little bit worried that they're gonna have that sticky, tacky, like, texture to them because there's some Ghostbusters figures that had that, but these all look, you know, I'm gonna open it up. I'll put this down here for a second. This a little closer to the camera. Let's see what we got here. I can see, okay, they feel okay, or at least the first one. So we got like Battle Cat's helmet, mask, whatever you want to call it. Oh, Prince Adam. Prince Adam's vest is velvet velour vest. This one has some smudges on it and stuff. Piece of Fujitsu, Hordak, Roboto, the original Power Sword, Triclops' sword. Oh, that feels really sticky. These, so we might have a mix of sticky and not sticky. Got 2 He-Man axes. Okay. Hey, okay. Earlier I opened up a Strider and he was missing his tail. That's the tail. So grab Strider. Actually, he wasn't missing it. He had Night Stalker's tail. But now they both have tails. Let me just dump this real quick. Make sure it's all He-Man stuff. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure what this goes to. Is this a He-Man thing? Maybe this goes to Stondar or Rock-On or one of those guys. I like it. It's a cool gun, but I'm not 100%. Oh, this should be a sticker on Cyclone's chest. We got stuff for Teela, Buzz Off. Oh, and we have, okay, so this goes to Beastman, and I remember there was like accessory packs came out. So there's the Beastman in yellow, and that's what those were from. This, I don't know what this is from. It almost looks like a Horde Trooper. Something, it's a rubbery plastic. I don't know if it's cut, like it's meant to be cut. Yeah, I'm not sure. Similar, like, I don't know what this goes to. A vehicle, animal maybe? Or one of those spin characters? Yeah, so some of these, I knew my He-Man pretty well, but there's a couple weird ones that I don't know. Most of this looks like it's earlier stuff, which I did know. Most of it is not sticky. So, you know, actually, I think this might be the this might be the Ripcord Orko. Yeah. So we got Mechanic Jitsu. Okay, so it's a lot of accessories. I'm gonna put all this stuff back. This, I believe, goes to the Wind Raider, which I don't think the Wind Raider's in there. To get this all in here. This is definitely not, well, this is 99% not He-Man. It definitely wouldn't fit in a He-Man hand, but it might go to, maybe it goes to Mask? G.I. Joe. No, it's too big for G.I. Joe. I'm not sure what, I'm going to leave this out because I'm not sure what that goes to. Although it reminds me of this missile that I found before, and I don't know what that goes to, so I'll have to mess around with them. If you guys know, throw it in the comments. Let me know. Beastman's whip. Yeah, if there's anything I'm not sure of what it is, feel free to tell me in the comments. Like, that's the accessory for this, you idiot. Or the name of that character is blank, you joke. I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. It's got some stress whitening there. I do not. Yeah, I mean, assuming it's He-Man, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't. It's not necessarily He-Man. The rest of this stuff I recognize. Trapjaw arms. This goes to the Talon, Point Dread, and the Talon, whatever that thing's called. It goes to that. He-Man bandolier. This this I believe goes to. Oh, that's what this is. Okay, now I know what this is. There was Zoar and Screech, which were the birds, the heroic and the villainous one, and I believe this clipped on as like weaponry. So I think this is missing another piece, and it would be the thing that the bird could perch on. I figured that out. If I'm wrong, tell me. And if you know what that goes to, tell me. My best guesses are these guys that would spin around, forget the name, towards the end of the line. Some stuff for Hordex. Same thing with this. Not sure what that is. It looks like a horde weapon, but beyond that, I don't know. And this also. My best guess is Stondar Rock-On, who I had, but I didn't get new. They were like traded, and so if they came with a gun, I didn't get the gun. Most of this stuff is not sticky as I had feared. The Triclops one is quite sticky for some reason. So most of the Tila stuff is in here. Okay, cool. So presumably we're gonna have a bunch of He-Man figures that these accessories go to. Bag right there. Bring the box back up. Yo, Joe. Yeah, also I don't think there's gonna be a lot of G.I. Joes now that I think about it. I don't remember him talking about or seeing G.I. Joes much. Okay, so this one's in a bag. Okay, Road Ripper maybe is the name of this. I'm gonna put this down. In the last video, so there is some continuity, I guess, because in the last video, I found this, and this goes to this somehow. I remember this would pop up, and then they'd fire. So they'd like drive around like this, rah, and then it would pop up, and then you'd like pow, pow, pow. But is there a mechanism? I feel like there's a mechanism that does a button. There. Okay, there's the button. There we go. Okay, so that's the upper way. I feel like it'd be easier to attach it. There's some peg detents. Okay, looks like, oh, it's in perfect shape. Look at that. That's in perfect shape. So then the figure, you'd like kind of stick on the back, and then you drive it along, and you're like, ha-ha. This is very cool. I didn't plan on keeping a ton of the He-Man stuff because I mostly collect modern Matty Collector / Super 7 stuff. This is pretty cool, though. I never had it as a kid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to make decisions right now, but I'm trying to think, can some of this vintage He-Man stuff blend well with the non-vintage stuff I have? Right. I'm just gonna leave the box down here. This feels like a Battle Cat. This looks like a Battle Cat. It's a Battle Cat. Oh no, he's missing his helmet, mask, whatever you want to call it. Except we know for a fact that he has in this bag. For some reason, he's got a piece of twine around his neck. I don't know if that was supposed to be a collar for play, or if they were selling him, maybe at a price tag on him or something, but he's actually in pretty good shape. His paint looks okay. Not too scuffed or anything. The belt is on there fine. It's not like chewed up or anything. Put this on him. And what's interesting, I never had Battle Cat as a kid, weirdly. I think I had Panther at some point. But there's a little pin that connects these two that I never knew about until much, much later. It's not sitting there perfect, but that's a pretty good shape Battle Cat. The fact that he's got the full set of armor is pretty awesome. All right. Oh, speaking of Panther, here he is. Ooh, Panther is a little bit more worse to wear. Mainly because Panther has sort of a velvet, felty purple on him, and that is a little bit worn in certain places and a little bit dirty. Not horrible, but he's certainly not the pristine specimen that the Battle Cat seemed. But it's a nice little set of two. All right, what do we got? Oh, I know what this is by the sound. This is, I forget if it's Rotor or Roton. I think it's Roton. No, wait. Rotor, big. Wait, maybe it says it on it. It says Hong Kong, Mattel, 1983. Evil vehicle. You roll it. I never had this. I had, for some reason, I don't know if this was because of money or because my father decided models were cool or what, but I had this vehicle and I had the good vehicle, the Attack Track, as model kits, not as the actual toys. That were still in scale, so you could put the figures in them, but they were slightly different. So like it didn't quite look like this, and the mechanism worked, but it was very touchy. It wasn't meant to be a toy, so I tried to play with like a toy. It would be falling apart and stuff. It did have a weird cage that went over top, which I've seen some more modern toys use the alternate deco of the model on it. But yeah, both the Attack Track and the Rotor or Roton, whatever it's called, I had the model stuff, and I did not prefer the models at all, and I was always annoyed that they got me the models. All right, so that box is empty. I'm going to I'll leave the accessories out, but I'm going to put some of these vehicles in here. I can leave them out for now. When I did the first video, I ran out of room, but right now we're still early on, so I can leave set decoration, as it were. Put these over here. Jupe. You know what? I'm going to put this one down here, and I'll move this one over here, and that way if somebody has OCD, it looks a little bit more balanced. It's not perfect, but a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not really dead center either. I was on the other. Here, I'm going to do. Hey. just gonna adjust the staging while we're recording. That's how you do it, right in the middle of recording. Whatever. I mainly just wanted to open these. I wasn't even gonna record it, but I figured like I like watching videos like this. And I did one once before. My friend Roy very similarly had cleaned out his parents' house, and he didn't send me everything. He sent me one random mystery box, and it was a lot of fun to open and see what was in it, and people seem to enjoy that video, so I'm doing it again. But I'm not worried about production so much, as long as you can hear me, and I really hope you can hear me. Okay. More black blister pack. Okay, He-Man stuff. All right, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to move this down here again to be able to get to it easier. So we got Roboto. Wow, he is in rough shape, which is weird considering all the. It's almost like they left their accessories inside so they wouldn't lose them, and then took the figures outside. He's yellowed. His legs are kind of missing all the paint, and the rubber is about to snap. He couldn't even stand. He's a mess. This Roboto needs repairs. Okay, we got Beastman. He's in better shape. The legs are a little loose, not too bad. And he's got his like harness, and I know he has other pieces in there, which are the bigger thing that Beastman's always missing. So he's in pretty good shape. Okay, so here I believe this is Zoar, which a lot of the mythology of the figures was very different in the toys and in the comics than it was in the cartoon, because this is just the sorceress's other form. Look at that, it still flaps. Yeah, you get some of that too with me. The sorceress would turn into this, but I think in the comics it might have been its own character or whatever. But anyway, they had a toy of it, which is weird because for years they didn't have a sorceress toy, despite her being in the credits and one of the main characters. And I think she's a girl, but they had Teela and Evelyn, so I don't know what. But they had this version of her. So there's that. And I feel like this is going to be another figure bag. Yes, it is. Okay, so we got Haman. Yes, He-Man. Oh, his punch still works. Can you hear that? And we know his bandolier and all that stuff's in there, so he's not in bad shape at all. And then we got Battle Armor He-Man, which I never had as a kid. Did I have Battle Armor Skeletor? No. I had him for a minute, and then I returned him. I got Orko. I remember seeing the commercial for this, and I couldn't understand how it worked. And in my mind, it was like a thin film of some kind of material that you could cut into, and it would like indent, and then you'd like press it back out. The idea of like a roller with, because it's like I didn't realize it was it's just one hit or two hits. I thought it was like any way you hit it. So I imagined it being better than it was. And here is Adam, which is He-Man repainted. His legs are a little funky. He's got a waist sash, which I don't know if that goes to the jacket in there or not, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. All right, let's see what else we got here. Most of these He-Man figures are from Wave 1 and Wave 2. Kind of like with Transformers, I'd be probably more interested in the later ones. There's Teela. I know all of her pieces are in there in perfect shape, but she's in kind of rough shape. It's weird. Next time I talk to Golden Bear, I'm gonna have to ask him if he's like, did you leave your accessories inside or something? Because like they should be equally worn out or lost or whatever. Oh, Man at Arms looks in pretty good shape. Nice bright colors. He's got all of his armor pieces, and I saw his mace in there too, so that's pretty nice. His head is hard. I thought they all had squishy heads, or most of them did anyway. I wonder if this is like later he had a hard head, or if he's just so old it's become hard. Because I had opened some Ninja Turtles earlier, and they had squishy heads that had become hard. Okay, so here is Buzz Off. He also has a string, like Battle Cat did, which again makes me wonder, was this maybe it was a play feature like Goes Off is supposed to fly, so. Or, he was for sale. We'll find out. Well, we might not find out. I might find out when I ask Gold Bear. All right. There's a lot here. We got 1, 2, got 3. So wow. Okay. So yeah. So this is only the second of the second 5 boxes. What? Thunder Punch He-Man. Him I used to have. The idea would be, oh my God. The idea would be you put caps from like a cap gun, which I don't even know if they still sell anymore. But there were 2 types of caps, and caps are basically just a little bit of gunpowder that explodes. Like there's no projectile or anything, but it goes bang and it like fires. So I can see them not being popular anymore. But the 2 types they had were paper caps, where it looked like little red strips of paper about the length of tape. And then later they had these plastic ones, which were probably much worse for the environment. They would come in a ring or strip. So this circle, it would almost look like this. But each one of these would have a tiny bit of gunpowder and paper, and when you'd hit it, it would go pop. And so he had one of those, and he'd have like 8 thunder punches, meaning when you pulled it back, the little thing would click, and it would make a spark, which you couldn't see, and make a loud punch noise. It wasn't that loud. And then he would turn this to do the next one. But clearly he was loved a lot, and it's just tons and tons of white from old caps and stuff. It almost looks like if you left batteries in there, but it didn't take batteries, so it's not acid, it's just like ash. Here's Cyclone. Cyclone missing a sticker, but we saw that in the bag. His feature still works. He's in pretty good shape. Okay. Hordak. I had a Hordak that his leg snapped off, and I feel like this one is getting ready to snap too. He's got his cape. Some of these were like played with and well loved, and that's why they're beat up. Some of them are just old, and like I feel like this one like is in good shape. It's just so old that the rubber band that holds the legs is on the verge of snapping. Now I know how to fix GI Joes when the O-ring is messed up. I don't know how or if you can fix He-Man. I'm sure somebody knows how, but I don't. Like I'm not the guy to be fixing those, so I feel like I'm probably going to let a lot of these go, and hopefully whoever gets them knows how to fix them, because that's not my area of expertise. I can tell there's a Ram Man in here just by the way it feels. A big, chunky block. Yep, there he is. One year for Christmas, I got 2 Ram Mans. He was probably my least favorite He-Man figure. I didn't like the character on the show. I didn't like the figure. He's like a blocky thing. And I got 2 in the same year. This guy's not in good shape either. Not that that's not like my opinion of this toy. I don't like it, but also the condition of this piece. Stratos was one of my favorites for whatever reason. He is very loose. I saw his wings in there. Again, another example of he's a little musty. Another example of a figure in much worse shape than the accessories. Here's Orko. Orko, who I returned. I went. You notice? I think I went to the store to buy Orko. And then I saw Battle Damage Skeletor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should get that. And then I got home, and I like was upset about it, so we went back and returned it. This was in Red Bank, New Jersey, a store called Prounds, which no longer exists, I don't think, or if it does, it's only like landscaping or something. But anyway. So if you're from New Jersey and you remember Prounds, well, me too. Okay, so 1, 2. Oh no, I thought the box was empty. The box is not empty. There's more. It's more He-Man. There's a lot of He-Man. You know, I have a friend that likes He-Man. I wonder if he'd be interested in just like all of these. But I don't know if he'd be able to fix them, although he's more handy than I am. So here's Mechaneck. I feel like everybody had Mechaneck. I feel like he was like a bit of a peg warmer back in the day, but I liked him. He had this cool feature. It's supposed to be like to look over walls and stuff, but I'd always have him be like, hey, I'm gonna get you, and like knock people over with an attack. And he's got like silver sunglasses, so that makes him cool. Merman. Pretty good shape Merman. And all these guys have their accessories. That's really... Oh, look! I now can have Orko and Battle Damage Skeletor. I win! I win! 30 years ago, kid. Gaz. And his little thing still works. Nope, or does it? Hold on. Oh, it might be... I can't get it to stay. Well, it either is broken or I'm doing it wrong. So there's that. And more. Okay, we got. I can tell already it's Manifaces, and I saw like 2 or 3 Manifaces guns. I don't know, maybe one came from an accessory pack or something. So here's vintage Maniface. I have 2 Manifaces, not vintage. I have the Mattel one and then the Super 7 Filmation version. The air conditioner's on now. So there's him and his faces. He's pretty cool. He was one of my favorites as a kid. And Whiplash. And Whiplash is one of those ones where his action feature just incorporates the punch that they all kind of have. And I saw his spear in there too. This is a kind of a rubbery tail. A little bent out of shape, but I feel like that could be fixed. And I think his name is Zodak. I always just call him Zodiac. And he's one of those characters that I guess was a good guy or a bad guy. He's like the... Oh, his hand. What happened? I don't know if you can see. He's got like a little nub. It's like... It's not like they were chewed off. It's not like they were sanded off. It's like they were melted off. So I wonder if they were melted off, like he got left in a heater or something. And he is one hairy dude. Usually the He-Man characters don't have hair on their chest. I feel like this is Beastman's torso that they just reused, or Stratos too. Whatever. Hairy chest man. Okay. What else we got? More He-Mans. Oh, we got Evelyn, who is very similar to Teela. She's so yellow. It's weird. In the cartoon, she had regular skin. Maybe in the comics, like in the comics that came with the figure, she had yellow skin. I don't know. But I saw her weapon in there as well. She's another one where she's in pretty good shape, but her legs are getting weird because of the rubber band is so old. Here's Grizzler. Grizzler is usually gross because he's from the Horde, because he has this like real fur, which is kind of plush. So if you got slime on him, which, you know, being from the Horde, he often did, he's actually really good shape. He can stand well, and his fur is in good shape, and I'm sure his weapon's in there. That's a really good Grizzler. Oh, Mossman. Oh, Mossman, not as good. Mossman, similar to Grizzler, often has problems because he's covered in this moss-like substance. I shouldn't have smelled him. Back in the day, Mossman, you smell his like butt crotch area, and there was something in there that made him smell like pine. So I was like, oh, I wonder if he still smells like pine. He doesn't. And whatever has lived in the basement for the last 30 years or so, he has absorbed the scent of, and it is not pine. He looks kind of like a zombie. Like if you look at his face, he always kind of looked creepy, but now he's got this like he's rough. He's a bit rough. I'm gonna put him back in this bag. He might need to be quarantined for a while from the rest of the Masters. All right, one more little packet in here, and then and then we're done with Masters of the Universe. But I don't know if that's true. We're done with this box, which was Masters of the Universe. So let's see. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, original Skeletor. Really nice shape. It's the legs are getting a little bit loose, but like, yeah, very nice shape. Original Skeletor. He's got a little dirt on him, but like, very, very cool. That's really nice. Got Trapjaw. Ooh, Trapjaw's got the sticky. Trapjaw's got the sticky. His head's a little loose. Yeah, Trapjaw's got the sticky. And I'm betting, this is Triclops, I'm betting he's got the sticky because his sword had the sticky. Yep. Oh, he's got the sticky. Oh boy. Yeah, he's not in good shape. Okay, Trapjaw and Triclops, they're gonna stay quarantined from the rest as well. I don't know if these ones could be saved. We'll worry about it later. So let me move, I'll just put all the figures in the box here. I'll leave some of the other stuff out. And then we got 3 boxes left. Oh my gosh, we're at 22 minutes. We might have to do a part 3. We might have to do a part 3. But yeah, like I said, anything that I've put up that that I was unsure of or I said something wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. And some of this stuff I will be selling. Most of the Transformers I won't. But if there's something you're interested in, let me know, because otherwise it'll likely just, well, I normally take it to a toy show, but with the way things are right now, this is 2020, and we're with COVID and everything, so I might eBay it or whatever, but I could do a direct sale if you're interested. That's not the main reason I'm doing this, but I know from watching these and seeing that people go, I'll buy that, you selling that, how much? I don't have a price ready right now. If there's something you're interested in, tell me and I'll figure out a price. But again, I'm not selling everything, just a few things. So let me move that. A lot of He-Man stuff. I think more He-Man than anything else so far. Maybe Transformers. Transformers and He-Man, the main 2 things. All right, so I'll open this box that I have on the ground to keep the symmetry going for as long as possible. And then depending on how long this one takes, maybe I will do the other 2 boxes as a final video. And I'm not trying to stretch it out. I just don't want to have like an hour and a half long video that no one's going to watch. I think it'd be more digestible if it's like half-hour or less chunks. Ooh. Huh? Okay, so got some interesting stuff going on here. The first thing that caught my eye, which I'm very excited about, is Transformers. And it's that exact range. This is Transformers the movie. Now, I always was saying a little bit after Transformers the movie, because I did have some Transformers the movies figure. Although a lot of them, now that I think about it, I didn't necessarily get him as a kid. Like I had Ultra Magnus, but I got him in like high school from a friend of mine and stuff. But one figure I never had in any capacity, and nobody I knew ever had, was the Sharkticon. And he's got these cool chromy teeth and the googly eyes, and he looks in really good shape. You can see the robot face underneath. This one's fantastic. This is another definite keep. I'm very excited. He's like, it's sad because I feel like he's better than like Springer and some of the main characters, but it's very cool. He's like a cool monster. Like even if I wasn't into Transformers, I might just keep him because he's a cool robot monster. Very cool. Definite keep. Sorry to anybody that wants to buy him, but I'm not selling him. All right, so let's see. So that was the first thing I saw. This is a Transformers piece that goes to G1 Metroplex. This is a Transformers piece that goes to G1 Shockwave. Huh, there's something in here. Maybe that's just part of, okay. That's the edge of the gun for Shockwave. I found his head earlier in another box, so maybe there's hopefully there's the rest of them in here somewhere. Okay, so this is Transformers G1. This is either Runabout or Run Amok. I can't remember which one's which. One's black, one's white. Funny enough, they just announced they're coming out with modern versions of him. I don't think I have him, but I'll have to double check. He's a little bit loose. Oh boy, this is probably the best conditioned Gobot I've gotten, and it's one of my favorite Gobots. This is Pathfinder. Turns into a UFO, and was a female. She's in good shape. Yeah, the paint's good. She's like tight. I don't know if I have her. If I don't, I'm keeping her. If I do, then obviously I can sell her. She's in really good shape though. I believe, if not the first Gobot I ever had, maybe the second or third. I remember getting her. I was with my grandmother at Kmart, which almost doesn't exist yet now, so I'm sure by the time you watch this, it won't exist. And I found her and I wanted her. I didn't even know she was a girl. It was more that it was a UFO. It was the only thing I cared about. But also cool. Like, I probably thought it was a boy at first, if I'm being honest, but then when I watched the show, it turned out to be a girl, which kind of made it even cooler, because I mean, I'm being a little sexist, but you wouldn't expect it, you know, this cool gray with guns, it turns into a spaceship, and it's like, oh, it's a girl, you know, which, whatever you might say about 80s cartoons, they're certainly not progressive by today's standards, but a lot of them were progressive in the 80s, like, so, whatever. I'm not trying to get it all political, but, what's my point? Oh, my grandmother said, I'm not going to buy that for you, and I'm like, well, I have rolls of pennies, which is the thing I used to do. I don't know if kids do that anymore. And so she's like, okay, so I had like 7, it was like whatever it was, $5. That meant I had to have like 10 rolls of pennies and whatever. Stupid story, but that's how I got Pathfinder. So if I don't still have a Pathfinder somewhere, which I honestly can't remember, because I said in the other video, a lot of my G1 vintage stuff is in flux right now because I moved and then we changed offices and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I think I have it, you know, but I have to check. Oh, I hope this is in good shape. I'm a much bigger Transformers guy than Gobot. There are a few Gobots that I like and want, like I just talked about that one. And one of them is later in the line, they re-released some earlier ones, like Psykill and Leader 1, with alternate color schemes. And one that I always wanted was the Psykill. I forget what they called it, like in night mode or something like that. This is the Psykill that I wanted. He's sort of black and green. The reason I'm cringing, he's missing his wheels, he's missing his engine. I can live without those, I can maybe find him somewhere else. He's missing his arm, and most of the chrome is worn off where it's like blue. So, very cool version, in very bad shape. I guess, I mean, he definitely could be like a zombie. If I was a bigger Gobot collector, I'd put him in my collection as like a zombie in the background. So he's not useless or worthless, but he's just not what I was looking for. Another Metroplex, like piece. This, I know what this goes to, but it's not. Is it Transformers? This, I'm not sure if this is Metroplex. I for sure know what this goes to because I've owned this, but I can't remember. Oh, look, a little Minicon. An actual Autobot, super tiny. He turns into like a dune buggy guy. Yeah, I never had him. I never even saw him, but I like him. He's got a little blue face. Very cool. All right, I'm going to keep him too. Little guys can fit anywhere. Okay, so we got a gun. This might go, not to Rodimus. These are both Transformers guns from roughly the era of Transformers the movie, which I have. Testing. I wonder if you ever worked. Which I have roughly, what was I saying? Oh, in the other video I have a box of them from this era. So I'm just going to chuck these in that box, figure out which they go to later, or you can tell me in the credits in the comments. Here's Kickback. Oh, Kickback is also in rough shape. He's one of the Insecticons. He's got some rust. He's got some chrome wear. He's missing one of his antennas. Still a cool figure, but yeah, not in great shape there. Put him there. What is this from? It's going to drive me nuts. It might just be Metroplex. Maybe they just stick on his side arms. I'm going to put it by the Metroplex stuff. All right, another Gobot. Another Gobot I like, Scooter was one of the main characters, so that, of course, makes you like him. But I also thought the transformation was very clever, and he was one of those few that looked good in the robot in the vehicle mode. This one's not in bad shape. He's a little dirty, and the sticker's coming off a little bit, but he's not in terrible shape. I think I have one, though, so I might be getting rid of him. There. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, this is, I believe, Starcom. Let me see. From Coleco, 1986 Coleco Industries. I think this is Starcom. Yeah, Starcom. The easiest way to tell is that it's got these little, like, there's friction motors, which I believe are magnetically powered when I press this button. So I'm 99% sure this is Starcom, which had little magnetized people. It's like one of those cult hits where, like, I think it was kind of popular for a minute in the 90s, or or 80s, I should say. But then I think a lot of people like went back to it and really got into it. I don't know that I ever had them. My cousins had them. It's obviously missing a lot of pieces, but that's that. Okay, here we go, mask. Earlier I found a lot of mask stuff, including like random parts and things, and one of the parts I found was this, which I was right, goes to Miles Mayhem's, what's this called? Slip chop? Scott chopping? Switch chopper? Wow, this, I thought it was in better shape than it is. Looking at it now, it's missing one of the wings, it's missing the propellers, it's missing some kind of rotor. Oh no, that goes there, but it's missing something. It looks like something's supposed to go there. And then these, okay, that would make that go. Yeah, it's seen better days. If the other wing is there and the propeller's in there somewhere, then it's in better shape, but otherwise it's battle damage background. Oh, look at that. There's the other wing. So right away it's in better shape. Okay. So let's see, can we get that on there real quick? Can we get it on there real quick? Yes. Oh, come on. It's like spring-loaded tension, I guess, for the transformation, so it's... Alright, it's difficult. I'll fiddle with that later. Oh, look at this! The guy for Starcom. And he's got a little visor that is still on his helmet, even though it can be removed. I can't believe he still has it. Looks like he should have... There's holes in his back, like maybe he could have a backpack. I don't know. But he can go in there. Uh-huh. Oh, how's he supposed to stay up? What is... Do that. Something... Alright, maybe we'll put him up there. That guy's cool. Maybe I'll just keep him and like stick him in my fridge. Oh, there's magnets there too, so when he sits, he stays in. I'm starting to see why people like these. They're pretty cool. Okay. And in here we have another oh, okay. This is G1 Transformer aerial bot. I believe his name was Firefly or Firebolt. I had found the nose cone earlier, so now I can reunite them. Reunited, Septopus. Reunited. Bren. Okay, there we go. So now he's in pretty good shape. Oh, very tight. Oh, he's missing his tail still. So maybe we'll find his tail. This down here. There's some pieces. I think this is a weapon for a G1 Dinobot. That's what it looks like to me. And then a small pistol. It looks like it goes in the side. There's a peg to go in the side of the hand. I'm not sure. Maybe Transformers, although it's very small. Would Kickback use that possibly? Maybe. I feel like he would have a silver weapon. I don't know. Figure that out later. And we got another Gobot. This one is a fire truck. Well, I think it's a Gobot. It might be an off-brand, but it seems Gobot-y. It's like metal. And the arms come out. Oh my gosh, and the head comes up. He's actually, again, in one of the better shaped Gobots in these boxes. It's pretty sturdy. It just kind of looks like standard Gobot. He could almost be an Autobot. I like him. I like him. He wouldn't be my main hero, but he would definitely be on the team. This is interesting. The General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, which is a show I used to watch all the time. Now there's, questions about it, which I'm not going to get into on this toy program. But what's cool is this car itself is kind of cheap, if I'm being honest, and the stickers are kind of faded. But what's cool is that there's Bo and Luke Duke in here, if I can get... Okay, well here's... I forget their names. Well, I forget which one's which. There's Bo and Luke. I think this is Bo, the blonde guy. And he's made kind of like a G.I. Joe guy, but not quite. He doesn't have all the joints. He doesn't have the swivel arm battle grip and stuff. And I can tell his O-ring's about to go, but again, these are easy to fix, not like the He-Man figures. Oh, you know what? This is not Bo. I thought this would be Luke, the other one, the Bo and Luke. And I thought this would be the other one. This is a police officer. And it could be one of the cops from the Dukes of Hazzard, but he's not built that way. He's shorter a little bit, and he's built more like a Star Wars guy. But it could be, not boss, there was Cletus, and there was Roscoe Pico trained. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is from Dukes of Hazzard or not. I liked the show. I don't know that I'll keep this, though. This is not... I don't know what I would do with it. It's cool. A lot of the fun I'm having is just seeing this stuff and touching it and playing with it. even if I don't end up keeping it, it's like I got to have it for a minute, and that's pretty awesome. But that is one that I probably personally won't keep. All right, so we got 2 boxes left. I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, we're over a half hour. So sorry, I'm gonna stop part 2 now, and then I'll do part 3 for the last 2 boxes. So once again, I'm Gazbot. I do toys, I do art, I do Power Rangers with the show Action Activate. Check it out. Give me a like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff if you want. Even if you don't watch, it helps. I'm on Instagram. I'm on everywhere as Gazbot. And these are toys, and I like toys. If you like toys, I like you. That could be my new catchphrase for the toy show that I don't have. All right, bye.